One of the initial objectives of providing the funding was that there should be a lasting benefit to the investment of the money. In quantitative terms, it's fairly easy to identify that in buildings that have been renovated, new provision that's been made, for example, in terms of a skate park, and so on. But it's the more qualitative things that one seeks to achieve in the long term, so that hopefully the strategy of investment in infrastructure, if you like, was that it should enable people to get involved in their communities, that they should benefit from having those facilities to develop themselves and to develop their communities.
The project is called Restore Donnington, and within that they'll be doing furniture restoration, but also learning some employability skills such as CV writing, interview technique and job search, that sort of thing.
The furniture restoration gave us employability skills in different things as well as doing the furniture restoration, which worked out quite well because I updated my CV through it and just got a new job, so that was quite handful, the fact that it had the employability bit.
I'm learning so far about how to treat furniture, how to look for pieces that might be useful, and then how to bring it back to its best quality at the moment. There's lots more to learn. I'm sure this is only the 4th week in and I feel as if I've learned so much, but I can't remember it all.
In terms of partnership working, you've mentioned the college.
That's right, yeah, it's Telford College of Arts and Technology. So yeah, it's helped to galvanise our relationship with the college. We have dealt with the college in the past, but if you like, this has helped us to re-establish that connection. And so we see TCAT really as a major stakeholder with Chairs and Spares, because we see this really as being a springboard to develop other projects of a similar nature, to really kind of sort of fit in with the sort of the wider agenda of assisting people that are unemployed and looking for to develop their skills for work. I think we've had a number of the learners that have come through that were perhaps a little bit apprehensive at the start, and I think that they've taken a piece of furniture that you probably wouldn't have given a second look, and they've turned it into something that is now a saleable item. And in fact, what we've done is we've taken a few pieces from the project and we've actually put them on display at our shop at Meeting Point House. So they're not there for sale, they're there as an example of what's been achieved at the project.
It builds your confidence as well, because obviously you'll do these things and you'll learn new skills and you'll be like, oh, I didn't know I could do that sort of thing. And then you get because you get proud of what you've been able to do, and then it's quite a confidence boost.
I think the physical aspect and of actually getting to grips with putting something that doesn't look so good into something so beautiful, and then the finishing of it, standing back and feeling really proud of yourself that you can preen and say, I did that and it looks good. I've
learned that it's certainly different in practice than it is on paper. We've had a bit of an issue with recruitment. It hasn't been easy to recruit learners onto the course. So what we've had to do is we've had to look at the way the course has been delivered. What we've done in collaboration with TCAT is that rather than doing it over 2 venues, we will now just deliver that from the 1 unit. It's helped with engagement.
What lasting difference do you think the project has made?
I think what it will do is it will give those people that are out of the mainstream, that may have been unemployed for some considerable time for a number of reasons. They may have been employed in the past and may have lacked a little bit of confidence in seeking or indeed obtaining further employment. So I think the project, I think the lasting the legacy will be is that it will give them that confidence and awareness to consider seeking full-time employment.
2, 3.
We are the Beavers from Donnington.
I took over the running of the Scout group about 6 years ago now. The building was in a very dilapidated state. There was very little glass in any of the windows. The roof leaked like a sieve, and we managed to get a grant from Fair Share to re-roof the building. We paid for new windows in the building so that we could effectively reopen the group, which had been closed for about a year.
We thought we'd have a night of playing games.
We've been working a lot with other organisations. Once we got into the building and got it reopened, as I say, the guides very quickly wanted to come back in, so they were based in Donnington. They were officially classed as the Donnington Guide Group and actually weren't meeting in Donnington. So they came back in, as I say, about 5 or 6 years ago, just after we reopened. And then we had an interesting conversation with the council youth workers who wanted to put something on for the children in the area, to do something those that didn't want to join Scouting. So we enabled them to rent the building to do some work in here, and they meet 2 nights a week in here. So between the various groups, we have 5 evenings of activity in here every week. Scouts and guides, we often hear of the benefits, and not just from the children themselves. The number of parents that come up to me and have come up to me in the past and said, my child was an absolute tearaway, and coming here has given him a sense of purpose. He comes here and he gets something out of coming here. He gets to learn bits about how the world works, bits about the community. One difference, if we hadn't had the money from the Fair Share project, this group would not be meeting here as we are at the moment. There would be no scouting, there would be no guiding in Donnington at all.
We are the Beavers from Donnington, and we come here to have some fun. We feel sad when the evening ends, 'cause we like being with our friends.
The numbers of children that we see that started 6 years ago in scouting here and are now coming to the end of their scouting age, aged 18 or so, 14 to 18. It's been absolutely fantastic to see their growth and their maturity as they've been coming on. They're not the ones that have been going out and causing trouble on the streets or whatever in an evening. They have grown up with a respect for the area, which has meant it's been absolutely fantastic.
Donnington Voice is a project that came out of the work that Telford and Wrekin Link has been doing over the last 4.5 years. The link is very much about strengthening patient voice and working with health and social care services across the borough to look at how patients' experiences and involvement can improve things. We had an event in November which invited members of the public who had an interest in those subjects. It gave us an opportunity to talk to people in depth about their experiences, but then also invite commissioners along to actually have a dialogue face to face with local people. So out of those kind of experiences, local people's voices are being heard and they're also getting fed back to about any changes in services. And while some of these things might have happened anyway because there's other patient engagement, it's knowing that it's really strong in Donnington, that there's a real root there and a will to sort of want to keep developing these links with these wider initiatives and see a change in health and wellbeing.
How do you feel Fair Share has helped the cafe?
It's got our dreams really of doing more cooking, more catering of the outside type. We now deliver to a lot of elderly people in the area who are isolated and can't cook their own food, so we're now taking meals out to those.
Can you tell me a story about a time when the cafe got together with other organisations to make a difference to local people's day-to-day lives?
Oh, we've done. I was going to say we've done several different things. We've done the diabetic lunches with the NHS. We've worked with the NHS to do food samplings and cookbooks. We've took cafes out to do jacket potatoes for a big bonfire thing in Brookside. Done the luncheon clubs. I think that's one of the big things we've helped with people, because people aren't quite so isolated now. We go in to some people's every day to take them a hot meal, which they wouldn't normally get.
What's the cafe done that's been successful in your community that you could share with others?
I think just actually people coming back into work, because it started as people who are unemployed are now getting back into work by using the cafe as a stepping stone.
I'm Jessica Wilkes-Redding, Project Development Worker for Lilleshall, Donnington and Wood Parish Council, working on a project funded by Fair Share to provide activities and opportunities for young people aged 13 to 19, primarily living in the Donnington and Donnington Wood area. I think the project has given young people an outlet to go to somewhere safe once a month with some friends, or perhaps young people they've never met before, to form new friendships and new alliances and new partnerships, so they can come together and have their say. And actually that say then being recorded and taken back and used in a positive way. I've worked very heavily with the two high schools locally. Both schools have been fantastic at being able to get me in for assemblies and work with the young people on a one-to-one basis and in a group basis, and also providing facilities and also being able to provide projects and activities that I've been able to fund through this project and been able to work with them. The other fantastic partnership has been with the youth service. When I first started, they just appointed 2 brand new youth workers in this area after a restructure internally, and without them I don't think this project would have been as successful as it is. Since I started the project, to recruit volunteers was very difficult at the start. Having somebody who lived in Donnington and actually knows what it's like to raise kids in Donnington is completely invaluable. You know, you've got to have that local knowledge.
I didn't realise how much Donnington had to offer until I got involved with this. So for me, the experience that I've got out of this is not only friendship, is work ethic, is just wholly how great a community that doesn't actually have a lot of money can actually work so fantastically and gain wealth in all other areas other than monetary values.
Well, we worked with young people and the whole community to identify what was needed in this park, and the management plan got people together to talk about what needed to be done, and the skate park group formed very quickly and was instrumental in actually developing other facilities within the park. A lot of things have happened as a result of the impetus of the young people that started on the skate park project. There was a bit of a breakdown between Donnington Wood and Donnington Wood, the community there didn't really feel that this park of recreation ground was theirs to own, but because they got together as a skate park group from both areas, they now work together, and this is a park for all.
Well, I can report to you now without fear or favour, this is the best thing that's ever happened to Donnington. First, good weather, it's well used, right up until it gets dark. The people who live local, where I live over there, and the people who live here, especially the older people, appreciate watching the kids enjoying themselves. It's well attended, guaranteed on a good sunny day, 60 to 80 kids.
Well, I think the whole project has made a lasting difference. This is a legacy. The difference is that the facilities provided an opportunity for young people to meet and gather and socialise and carry out positive activity, and that is the difference that this community has made, because had it not happened, the same old things would have been happening. The other thing that it's made a difference is that the young people now have ownership and pride in the Donnington area, and that's something I don't think that they felt they had before.
What would you hope would be the lasting legacy of the work?
That the area and the people who live in it, that is their home and their community, feel better about their community, can take a pride in their community, can contribute to their community, and that people's lives have benefited from that investment. We'll never know the full extent of that. You have an impact on people's lives in ways that you can never fully understand or know, but they will have benefited.